All right, so I cannot believe that I am about to share this news with you guys. I'm so excited. Um, so it's been a little crazy around here the last really just like 2 weeks. So I guess I'll just let it out of the bag, but hi, I'm Lindsay, and this is the Fit Cycle. Okay, just got done with my sprints for the day. So part of the cut, we're gonna be adding sprints, and there's gonna be one day where it's prescribed for everybody, and then there's gonna be days where if you're more advanced or you want more results, that you can do it, and that will all be written in the Fit to Cut program guide. But I wanna show you guys a full day of eating. I haven't done that in a while, so yesterday with my tacos, I made some sauteed veggies. So it's like zucchini, squash, and carrots. And I just put like a little bit of taco seasoning on there. So I'm gonna warm this up in my pan. And then I'm gonna do 1 whole egg and 2 egg whites. And then I also just immediately after I worked out, I just had some like 4 ounces of pineapple just to get some good carbs in. It is low carb day. That's not very many carbs, so I'll put all of the macros on the screen as well. All right, so I'm wanting to do 100 grams of the veggies, so I zeroed it out. Now I'm going to spoon like 100 grams into my pan. Oh, there's a little bit of meat in here too, so that's nice. So it's about 103 grams. One of the things that I want to share more on here with you guys is our Trying to Conceive Journey. So just kind of want to keep you guys in the loop with that. If you're new here, I had a miscarriage in February. That's when we found out I had the D&C in March, and it is now April 29th, 28th. So just about 2 months, almost 3 months afterwards. And I've been trying to track my cycles ever since. And this last like 2 months, I just had like weird spotting, weird ovulation, and a very heavy period. So I think that really heavy period was like the first actual period that I had after my D&C. So I'm gonna have to tell you guys what, or I'm gonna have to calculate what day like post period I am or whatever in my menstrual cycle. But I'm excited because this is what I've been using to track my fertility, I guess. And I have always been I've always had a very regular cycle, and I've never missed a period. There was never a question. I never thought I was pregnant, never like that, because we were always very careful. And so now after my miscarriage and my D&C, I'm just like, what the heck, is my body gonna get back to normal? And these last couple months, like I was tracking my, I was doing all of this, and in my fertility window, which I thought was my fertility window, and like with this test, it tests 2 hormones. So it's gonna test your estrogen and it's gonna test your luteinizing hormone. So estrogen always like fluctuates depending on where you're at in your cycle. So, and then the luteinizing hormone is what is gonna spike whenever you are actually ovulating, which is gonna give you the peak measurement on this little digital thing. And so I thought like 3 weeks ago that I was testing in my fertile window, and I kept getting the high. So you can either get not, you know, low, high, or peak. And so with the high, it was just testing a spike in estrogen, and then I got my period. So I had gotten several of these highs in a row, like probably like 8 of them. And I was like, I woke up the morning, I started my period, and I was like, I told my husband, I was like, something's wrong with me. Like, what the heck is going on? So anyways, then I started my period. So started everything over, got a new testing kit. And yesterday it was this low chance of getting pregnant, and today it's the high. So based on the apps that I'm using, this really should be my fertile window if that was my real period and it was a very heavy period. So we'll see. But I wanted to show you guys because I thought this was really cool. Like, I should be able to pop this back in here. So right now it's blank, and if I pop it back in, oh shoot. Anyways, I thought I was gonna be able to pop it back in there and show you guys, but today I got a high fertility. So hopefully in the next couple days, I will get a peak fertility, because peak fertility means that there's a spike in the luteinizing hormone, and I'm ovulating. So hopefully I didn't just ruin my little thing. Okay, so I just read the directions. I did it wrong, so I won't be able to show you guys that one, but when I wake up tomorrow, I'll show you what the results are. But this just wants me to put a new test stick in and try again. So I'm gonna throw that one away. It was peak, it was blinking. So Jordan's actually gone today for our life update, which I'll be sharing here in just a second. But tomorrow, it's on. So anywho. Okay, it is lunchtime, and so I am going to make a salad, and I love a good hot cold salad. So one of the things that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna warm up the veggies from last night. Same veggies that I put in the, the sunlight. The same veggies that I put in the omelet this morning, and then I also made some orange chicken at the beginning of the week, so I'm gonna take some of that shredded chicken and measure it and put it on my salad, and then I have a pre-made salad that I'm going to eat. And then I love this Tessemae's creamy ranch dressing. I'm trying to get out of the way. So good. It's better for a high fat day, so if it's a low carb day, it's really good, but if it was a high carb day, I probably wouldn't use this as much because it takes so many fats. But yeah, I'll show you guys what I made. Okay, so in order to weigh out your servings, so 2 servings of this is 2 tablespoons or 27 grams. So what I'll do is I will pour this until it says, I'll probably just do half, so like 14 grams, maybe. So that's about half a serving. Not very much. I really don't need it to be on the scale still, but. And now I just shake it up. It's like my favorite thing to get these pre-made salads that come in these big containers, so then you can just mix up your salad and it's good to go. Okay, I'm just getting ready to make dinner. This will be my last meal of the day. So I've got my air fryer, and one of the things that I do is I put tinfoil in my air fryer because it makes cleanup way easier. And I will probably actually cook these at the same time, but I've got 4 pork chops. I'm just gonna cook one because it's just me eating this tonight. So pork chops, and then I will also throw the green beans in there with the pork chops as well. If it was gonna be a high carb day, I would throw some potatoes in here, like frozen potatoes that you could just easily put in there. You could have it with rice, really tons of things. But that's what I'm gonna eat. That's gonna conclude my, what I eat in a day for low. All right, so I cannot believe that I am about to share this news with you guys. I'm so excited. So it's been a little crazy around here the last really just like 2 weeks. So I guess I'll just let it out of the bag, but we're moving. We are leaving the Woodlands. We are leaving the Houston. We are leaving the Houston area, and we are actually moving to Fort Worth, Texas. So if you are not familiar with the Texas area, Fort Worth is about 3 hours north of Houston and the area that I live in. So you're gonna see me throwing the ball to Arnold because that's life around here. Can you sit? So we are moving to Fort Worth. Actually, Jordan is in Fort Worth right now looking at apartments. I was sending him things the whole time that he was driving there. So a little bit of a backstory. So we have some really good friends that are realtors in the area, and we've just kind of been talking to them before we decided that we were gonna move. We were talking to them about putting our house on the market and then looking for a place to build in this area, because at the time we kind of had like this really close-knit community. Now, not so much. There's not as much keeping us in the Houston area, and my family is in Fort Worth. So anyways, we were just kind of like talking, and we were like, oh, I don't know. We don't really know if this is like the right time and all of that stuff. So a little bit of backstory there too. Jordan's company that he was working for, he's in the oil and gas industry, and it actually sold, and they don't need to finance guys. So he's kind of been putting his feelers out there for, where he would want to work. And we were kind of narrowing it down to just like the Houston area. And then, couple weeks ago, I feel like a bunch of things happened in place where it was just kind of like God was slapping us in the face, telling us like, this is your opportunity, like this, you need to take it. And so there was some really great opportunities for Jordan in the Fort Worth area, and we were just like, let's do it. And so within 3 days, we contacted our realtor, and so that was probably like 2 weeks ago, actually. We had a meeting with our realtors, so 2 Wednesdays ago, and then the next Tuesday, pictures were taken, and then by the next Friday, last Friday, our house went on the market. And we put a lot of work into our house, and like we redid the backsplash, we redid the countertop, or not the countertops, but the cabinets, the powder bath. We redid all of the fixtures. So there's like kind of designer upgrades, I guess. That's what they put on the little sheet online. And so we were just like, when we bought the house, there's so much backstory. when we bought the house, it was kind of when oil was still doing really good. This was like 5 years ago. It wasn't doing great, but it wasn't doing as bad as it has been. And so we have been trying to get out of the house for a while, but we would never break even, so it just wasn't worth it for us. And so when we listed the house, we were like, we're just gonna be grateful if we break even. So we listed the house last Friday morning. It went live, and within 8 hours we had a contract that was way over asking price for the house. So that's just another testimony to our prayers being answered. So like previous prayers that we had prayed, you know, the past couple of years weren't being answered until now. So they weren't answered, and now our prayers are being answered in this way. And so I'm just so grateful that this has been a really smooth process. A lot of times, like, people will say that when they're like, moving is the most stressful thing that they've ever done. But to be honest, Jordan and I have moved like 7 times in the last 5 years. We both come from military families, and so a lot of times our dads would be stationed where they're gonna be working, where we're gonna be moving, and we would see our moms kind of handling the moves, and we're just used to moving. And not saying that, you know, we can't stay in one place for a long time. It's just that moving comes easier to us, I think, than it does a lot of people. We don't have roots here. So that's one of the things that makes it really nice. So it's been a very smooth process. Like, you know, the inspection came back very clean and good, and, you know, not a whole lot had to be taken care of. And then, they wanted to waive the appraisal. So, I mean, it's just like best case scenario. So I am just so grateful. So yeah, so that's the life update. We are moving to Fort Worth, and the movers come in a week and a half. So this has been like, you know, 2 weeks ago. Last week we put the house on the market, and then in a week and a half, the movers are gonna come. So, and then we're going to Cabo, and then we're gonna be moved. So, so that's what's going on over here. So you're gonna see a lot of updates about like where we're moving. We still don't have a place yet. We have no idea, because the market in Dallas right now is insane, the DFW area. So if you're not familiar, it's like, you know, Dallas and Fort Worth really close together. The metroplexes almost kind of like butt into each other. And so we're gonna be moving into the Fort Worth side, which is gonna put me closer to my parents and all that stuff. But the market out there is insane. Like, we can't find a townhome to rent. We can't find, and there's houses, there's things out there, but it's like, you know, we need a yard for the dogs, and is it something that we can stand living in while we get a house built and all of that stuff. So we'll probably rent a townhome for like a year, and then while we're renting, we'll be in the process of looking for a lot, a builder, and we'll probably start building, and hopefully by this time next year, we'll be moving into a house, because it's just crazy. It is so crazy, but whatever. I'm just kind of go with the flow. I can work from anywhere, and so I told Jordan, like, I mean, I was like, look in Florida, look in California. We'll never go to California. Just, you know, we won't go to California. It's just too expensive. But I was like, look anywhere. I can work anywhere. It was like, I would love to work by the beach. But yeah, so that's what's going on in our life. So welcome along. All right, you guys, that concludes my life update and what I eat in a day. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you want to be notified of all the life updates and all of the moving things and how I'm staying on track while I move. And I'll see you guys in the next video.